Hello and welcome back to the Ref-Horrendumb. I am your host, Big John, brought to you by FinFlam Sports. The NBA free agency and the offseason trades are in full chaos mode in 2026. And I'm not here to hype it up, I'm here to call out the overpays, the panic moves, and the teams acting like they just won the lottery when they probably just mortgaged their future. LeBron James dipped from the Lakers, and they immediately went into rebuild mode around Luka Doncic. But that's just one piece. We got Giannis Antetokounmpo skipped to Miami, Jaylen Brown heading to Philly, Kawhi Leonard back in Toronto, LaMelo Ball to Minnesota, John Morant to Portland, and the Lakers dropping serious assets for Walker Kessler. Today, we're breaking down the actual key trades and signings that have gone down, who's winning, who's losing, and why a lot of this feels like the same clown show every summer. No fluff, just the moves, and my straight talk on them, as we always get. Let's get to it. Starting with the biggest headline trades that's got everyone talking, the Lakers and Walker Kessler. The Lakers traded a massive haul to the Utah Jazz for center Walker Kessler in a sign and trade. They gave up unprotected first-round picks in 2031 and 2033, plus first-round pick swaps in 2028 and 2030. In return, they get Kessler for a four-year, $130 million deal with a player option in the fourth year. They also moved DeAndre Ayton to the Washington Wizards for guard Jaden Hardy and a couple of future second-round picks. On the signing side, they locked up Austin Reaves to a four-year max deal. They also added Quentin Grimes, Colin Sexton, and Sandro Mamukelashvili to help build around the Luka Doncic. Sorry if I butchered that name. I just did. My take. So the Lakers are clearly trying to create a Dallas 2.0 roster for Luka now that LeBron is gone. Kessler is a defensive monster and legit franchise big, so on the court it makes sense. But giving up that many high-end picks, the Jazz fleeced them. And Utah is sitting pretty with a massive asset haul. The Lakers just went stupid to go all out on somebody who gets hurt quite often, and I don't think that was the right move. Lakers fans are acting like this move, like the move that puts them back into the contention immediately. But they need to slow down. They paid a huge price, and we still don't know how Kessler fits long-term to Luka's playstyle. This is classic Lakers. Swing for the fences and hope it works out. Speaking of massive swings, let's talk about the real blockbuster star trades. Here's where the real chaos kicked in. The Miami Heat landed Giannis and Bobby Portis from the Milwaukee Bucks. In return, the Bucks got Tyler Hero, Khalil Ware, Jaime Jarquez Jr., Kasparas Jaquesciones, and a boatload of draft picks and swaps. This ends the Giannis era in Milwaukee. The Boston Celtics sent Jaylen Brown to the Philadelphia 76ers for Paul George plus 2 first-round picks and 2 second-round picks. The Clippers traded Kawhi Leonard back to the Toronto Raptors in exchange for Brandon Ingram, Grady Dick, unprotected first in 2031 and 2033, plus more picks and a swap. The Charlotte Hornets shipped LaMelo Ball and Josh Green to the Minnesota Timberwolves for Naz Reid and a massive package. An unprotected first in 2033, multiple first-round swaps, and several second-round picks. The Memphis Grizzlies traded John Morant to the Portland Trailblazers for Jeremy Grant, Chris Murray, and assets. To me, these are desperate or calculated moves depending on the team. Miami is all in on Giannis and has the pieces to surround him, and I trust that coaching staff and that front office. Philly is swinging for the fences with Brown. Toronto is getting Kawhi back as nostalgic, but risk at his age and his history with injuries. Minnesota adding LaMelo is a high upside gamble. Portland buying low on John Morant could be a steal or a disaster, just depending on how his head game is in any situation. That kind of came out wrong. The comment thread, pause on the head game, but on where his head mentality is. A lot of the teams are gambling big because they're tired of being mediocre. Some will look smart in 2 years. Most will regret the asset drain. Beyond the stars, there were plenty of role players that were moved and extensions worth calling out. Quick hits on the supporting cast. The New York Knicks signed veteran Andre Drummond to a one-year deal. The 76ers added Fernie Simmons and Dean Wade. The Chicago Bulls picked up Norman Powell. The Utah Jazz signed Josh Okogie. The Cleveland Cavaliers gave Donovan Mitchell a 4-year, $273 million maximum extension. Other smaller deals include players like Kevon Looney heading to the Lakers and various minimum or 2-year deals around the league. These are the moves that actually help or hurt teams the most in the long run. Overpaying for a shooter or defensive wing can kill flexibility. Smart teams like the ones quietly adding depth without breaking the bank are the ones that usually surprise people. Overall, this offseason has been the usual mix of panic, back chasing, and front office pretending they just fixed their franchise. The Lakers paid a fortune for Kessler and are trying to fast track a Luka Doncic era. Miami went all in on Giannis. Philly, Toronto, Minnesota, and Portland all made big swings too. Winners on paper right now are the Jazz. The assets, the haul, maybe the Heat if Giannis stays healthy, and the teams that didn't overreact. Here's the losers. Teams gave up too many picks for aging or inconsistent stars and any roster that's now stuck with bad money. Free agency always looks good in July. By February, half these moves will be getting roasted. That's the chaos of the NBA. That's my breakdown of the key trades and signings from this 2026 NBA offseason so far. Walker Kessler to the Lakers, Giannis to Miami, Jaylen Brown to Philly, Kawhi back to Toronto, LaMelo to Minnesota, Ja to Portland, and a bunch of players in between. What's your biggest takeaway? Which move do you think is the dumbest or smartest? Drop it in the comments or hit me on X. Subscribe, rate the show, and visit finflamsports.com for more articles. The next episode, we'll hit something else, maybe the Battlehawks or Royals. This is Big John on the Ref-Horrendumb, calling out the refs, the ridiculous, and the overhyped. Peace.